Before I start this video, guys, I just wanted to pass on some information because I have been informed that all the mythic characters that you are seeing in the past videos and future videos are going to have their weapons updated. So they are going to have third slots on those base weapons. They aren't just going to have a stat and a medium bonus. So what you're seeing right now is alpha footage. We are weeks away from the launch of Conquest, and this is one of the things that has not been fully finalized yet. But once they are, I'll do a rundown video on all the updates for you. But as we go forward, just know the weapons may be quite basic that we see at the moment, just like 30% attack, 30% defense, 30% HP, but they will be upgraded in the future. This video was recorded before I knew that, so just an FYI. Now on to the video. Hello survivors, and welcome to another Walking Dead Road to Survival video. And in this video we're going to be taking a first look at Beta as a mythic character. He is the second mythic character that we have managed to get our eyes on. The first one was Aaron, and if you haven't checked out that video, you should see a link in the top right hand corner where you can do so. It is very worthwhile checking him out. And we're going to look at Beta right here. Visually, just like Aaron, he looks really impressive on the right hand side. Gives quite the medieval look as well. Got the skulls as a necklace effectively. Kind of looks like his undervest for chainmail. And I'm getting the medieval look from quite a few of these characters so far. He has obviously got the raven on his shoulder, which obviously stands out quite a lot. And that massive scythe. The weapon is extremely impressive, looks great. And honestly, I really like the visuals here. We've got the skull on the belt as well, the sort of chainmail belt. So yeah, very nice. If you thought the right hand side was great, the left hand side of course is insane. We have got the art pieces now replacing the avatars, and it does look great on the profile. As a fully maxed out mythic character at tier 5 level 600, he has got 13,204 attack, 14,658 defense and 13,261 HP. He is a strong character, he is considered support, he is a mythic character, and we'll just check out that allegiance. But no surprise, he is a member of the Whisperers. Going across to his adrenaline rush, it is called Target Elimination. It is an extremely speedy rush at 55 AP cost. Deal 300% damage to one enemy. That enemy gets 70% heal reduction and 70% slow for 3 turns. So obviously it's a single target, just nuke. That's the aim with this character with Beta here. It can go off extremely quickly. On defense, obviously you're going to get slightly more AP because of the 40% bonus. So you can get 42 AP generally speaking on a defense team without an AP leader. That means you would only need 13 AP from other sources, like 8% weapons or other characters that have passives that give AP when they do certain things. For instance, we saw some of the stuff in the original Conquest reveal. There are characters that if they hit crits, they can give AP to characters, and that would work here with Beta, and that means he could potentially get a natural turn 2 rush or a first turn command rush in certain circumstances. I can see this character going off extremely quickly on defense, and obviously on attack it's going to be all in your own hands. If you don't take down an enemy with his rush, they get 70% heal reduction, which is quite nice. It's going to reduce the amount of healing they're going to be able to take. It's not going to block the revives, but obviously the heals seem to be quite abundant. We did see Aaron earlier with quite nice heals on him, so it would be nice to reduce that sort of thing. And 70% slow means they're going to have a big increase to the amount of AP cost their rush will have. So here we are on the rush turn, and I can focus someone who's a fast character. Jesus up here is a fast character. He has already taken a bit of damage. I see Beta's rush as more of a finishing move because of other parts of his kit that you might have noticed already. So we're going to focus him. We're going to go for the rush. Down comes the scythe, and away goes Jesus. Lots of damage, obviously. And as you can see, once he's down, he's staying down. And this is what I think is good about the rush of Beta here. If he doesn't take someone out, they're going to be heavily debuffed. They're not really going to do much in terms of rush themselves for a couple of turns. So you're pretty safe there. You can use it on a character that's got a really dangerous rush that they're just about to get off, be it a revive that's going to pick up somebody or anything like that, or a big heal. I could have used it on Aaron there to stop the heal and potential revive if there was someone down already. But that wasn't the case. I thought it was better to nuke someone down, and that's why we picked Jesus. As you saw, he did get decapped, so that obviously plays into other parts of Beta's kit, which we will look at in a moment. However, first we will look at Beta's signature move, which is called Lay Them Low. It has got an initial cooldown of turn 2, cooldown of 3, and current number of uses at 999. Attack an enemy for 140% damage. Remove all positive statuses from that enemy. Now this is actually really powerful. This removes basically any positive buff that you can think of. Camouflage, attack up, defense up, heal over time, anything that a character benefits from will be removed. But not just one, every single one they've got. And because obviously signature moves give AP, it's always worth doing this before following up with someone else with a rush. This is what's going to make Beta really powerful, I think, because he can effectively debuff someone, make sure their defense is removed, any bonuses. For instance, let's say you're coming up against Aaron on a defense team. He has Hold the Line. You've already taken out a couple of his teammates. He's got a big buff because of that Hold the Line. You can remove it and then destroy him with another character, and that's where the synergy can come in with Beta on attack. Okay, so we do have a few rushes available, but this is just to show you how it can work when I use his signature move first. We're going to target the enemy team's Aaron. I have already taken out a teammate, so he has got that 25% buff. He has also got focus. If we use the signature move of Beta, we can see he has now got no buffs. The follow-up damage after that is obviously going to be massively increased, but the second we take out another teammate, you're going to see Hold the Line get procced once more. But this is where your other Mythic characters are going to just finish off someone like Aaron, who would have had a 50% defense boost, or well, 25% defense boost when taking that damage initially, and this way he's going to take a lot more damage. So this signature move does allow Beta to play into that support character role quite well. Obviously the follow-up damage after this is going to be greatly improved against most defense team characters, because defense buffs are going to be around, defense boosts are going to be, from specialist skills, other characters' signature moves, passives, rushes. There's going to be a lot of potential for defense buffs, and that's what Beta's here to remove. Now, talking of passives, he has of course got the Mythic abilities, which give him those passive effects. He is a support character, and every support character who is a Mythic character will get Cunning as a Mythic ability. When attacking or being attacked, 15% chance less likely to trigger enemy weapon effects and walker effects. We did see this, I believe, in the Conquest reveal video, and this is basically like kind of either having like a inbuilt resist, or kind of like an inbuilt disarm, where disarm basically just ignores the actual disarm character, ignores any weapon effects, even if they don't disarm the character. 15% of the time, Beta's going to do the same thing, and so is every other support character. He has got two unique passives as well. Like for like, whenever an enemy is healed, this character gets 20% defense for 2 turns. And then lastly, he has Scalp Collector, which is when attacking targets with less than 30% HP, he gets 20% attack boost. This is almost like him having an inbuilt execution in terms of just a built-in buff. There are some weapons that have this as well, when attacking enemies with less than this amount of HP, do extra damage, and they're very effective. So this means that if I do obviously stack up the attacks on certain characters and let Beta attack last, he should get an attack boost. Like right now, this character has only got less than 25% of their HP. You'll see him get a 20% attack boost, do a lot more attack because of that. And obviously with his specialist skill, which we're going to go over in a second, it's a nice finish off. And that's basically what I think Beta's going to bring to the table. However, I'm not entirely sold on him being used on an attack team versus his potential on defense. And it mainly comes down to these passives, because they're actually really good for defense team characters. He's getting a defense boost on a buff if anyone gets healed on attack. He also gets actual attack boost just from his passive, so he can be geared quite defensively, and he can just be slowly taking out one character at a time. Remember, attacking characters are generally going to be more offensive. They're generally not going to be geared combat modded defensively. So when you have a big rush come in, even if it is single target, it should destroy them. And generally speaking, defense team characters, the AI, the way it works is it will focus a character that is dangerous, like one of the more dangerous attacking characters. And that means that obviously Beta would generally finish off these characters as well, the way the AI works a lot of the time. And that means you've got more chance of getting decaps. And that is of course because of his specialist skill. When this character lands the killing blow on an enemy, the enemy cannot be revived. We saw it a couple of times in there, and this is pretty much the main thing I think that Beta brings to the table, is that he has a decap straight away. Decap is so powerful, even though revives are not as powerful as they once were. Once Conquest drops, revives are being changed a little bit. If you need to know all the updates that are coming with Conquest, do check out my live reveal video. It is a little bit of a walkthrough. It is a long one, but it's definitely worth to get ahead of the curve in terms of just knowing what's going to be dropping once the update comes in March times. But all the same, revives still pick a character up, and that is obviously going to make things last longer, even if it's not as dangerous as it once was, whereas Beta is going to stop that from being a potential issue. And I think if geared correctly on a defense team, he could be extremely powerful and hard to take down. And when we look at his weapon, it is Beta's defensive scythe. It has got 30% defense base. That's what makes it be called a defensive scythe. A medium bonus to AP when attacking. Obviously, you're going to want to slot into his hands a weapon that you've got pre-made. But it does look like Scopely are trying to tell you that maybe this character should be geared a bit more defensively. His defense stat is the highest of his stats as well, and his attack is the lowest. But you don't need, ideally, that high an attack stat to use a character like this on a defense team. I can definitely see him just taking out characters at will with his rush when he's on defense, and the fact that he has a 55 AP cost rush. If you do build teams correctly, if you do have the right specialists around him, potentially, commands, maybe even retribution characters that if they're taken out, AP's gained by other characters, he can definitely take advantage of this. Rush quick and rush often, I think, is definitely the way you should be kind of trying to gear Beta, and he's guaranteed to be rushing every 3 turns. It should be basic attack, signature move, rush as a minimum, and that is pretty good. It's going to be much harder to keep up with that on an attack team just because there's no AP leaders for these mythic characters. Defense teams are generally going to get their rush around the same time as you, if not before. So you've got to be extremely careful on who you focus, the kind of characters you're coming up against, and honestly just kind of trying to disable certain characters like Beta. I'm definitely going to be seeing this guy on defense teams. I just know it. And while he looks really great, I don't really look forward to having him rush me, honestly. I think that's going to be pretty brutal, especially against your very glass cannon attack team characters. He's going to go truly medieval and just be off with your head sort of situation. Swing that scythe, no problem at all. I think this character all round is pretty strong. Visually, easily the best character we've seen so far. Of the characters that we had a sneak peek of in the Conquest reveal as well, I think he still comes out on top. I think he looks great. I'm a big fan of the Whisperers as well. We have got more Whisperers characters on the way. More character spotlights in the coming weeks, like I said before. If you want to check out my future videos, guys, make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications. But that is it for today's video. If you have any comments about Beta himself, please leave them down below. Thank you very much for tuning in, and as always, keep on surviving, guys. Keep on surviving.